Please share this message with the people who need it. Please. I'm telling you, if you don't remember anything else in this video, remember this. When I believe in something, it's more about the mentality more than anything else. It's what people think of themselves. And you cannot blame the government. I don't know how many times I've asked this question, and it goes back to someone trying to help you out. Welfare. No, absolutely. One lady was pulling on my arm and actually cut me. I was so surprised, really shocked, to be honest with you. So when I went to the mall, I tried to help this little girl out, outside, and I got mobbed.
How you guys doing? I just want to first thank you guys so much for the following. Oh my gosh. Aaron Dante Phillips.
Family, how are you guys doing? Hey, if this is your first time watching me, where you been? Come on, man. The channel's blowing up, man. I said, where you coming about? But you know, it's about time you're here, For my return followers, you guys know that I refer to my subscribers or anybody that's down with me as a family. If you're not down with me, you're still family. It's just I don't like you. No, I'm just joking, I'm playing. But again, thank you so much for viewing my videos. Thank you for liking the video. It's a big deal to like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, I understand. But if you do, if you resonates anything that I'm saying to you, please like the video. Subscribe would be great. If you don't want to subscribe, if you just want to watch the one video, just like it. Thank you. But this video is about the attitude of being poor, the mindset of being poor. I've dropped the video in the past talking about Africans, and I don't feel sorry for poor people. One of the reasons why I titled it that is that I would not want to feel sorry for. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I grew up poor. The only people that I feel that have the right to talk about poor people or that type of mentality is people that can understand. They can understand what it's like not having the power on at their house, or not having water, or being on government's assistance in the United States and not being able to go buy the things that you want to buy, or when you get your food stamps. When we were a kid, we knew we were going to be eating. We knew certain periods of the month that we knew that we would have money, or there'd be something that would reward us. Okay, so that was something that growing up, we understood. One thing though, I'll tell you right now, that set me apart from a lot of other individuals that grew up the same way I did, is that I never had a mentality of being poor in my mind. I never did. I never thought that we were poor. I never thought that it wasn't normal to eat, fried bologna sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or eat cereal for dinner, or whatever was in the refrigerator. I thought that was perfectly normal. I'd go to my friends' houses where their mothers and would cook them these amazing meals, and I used to think, man, that's nice. I used to love going over to my friend's house. I think it's one of the reasons why I think my friends' mothers loved me, because I appreciated so much the mother, because I didn't have my mom growing up. So it was like I'd meet a mom, and they'd fall in love with me because I'd just be enthralled with the fact that they're showering their children with so much love and just everything, and being that caringness. Oh man, I just love, you guys don't understand, the feeling, the great moments that I had, being with my friends' families, because we didn't have that. We didn't have it. So I've traveled the world. I've been to many different places, and I've seen poverty. I've seen it. No one can tell me, when I've gone into Vietnam, or I've gone into Cambodia and been in the ghettos and been in these places where the average American person or traveler would not go and not see some of the things that I've seen. For my first trip to Cambodia, I remember seeing this little boy. It was pouring down rain. It was just coming down. We're driving with my friend David. He owns this restaurant in the Cambodia. And I just saw this little kid in the middle. He was in the middle of the intersection. He was selling something. I can't remember what he was selling. And, he didn't look sad. He didn't look like, depressed or nothing like that. He was out there hustling and doing what he had to do to take care of his family. And this kid was maybe 8 or 9 years old. And family, was me. That was me selling newspapers, at the train station when I was a kid, in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area, at the BART station before I went to school. I used to sell newspapers. I'm going to tell you guys a story of my whole background later on, but there were so many things that I did when I was a kid. I was hustling because my father couldn't afford to give me the things that I could get. But guys, the one thing that set me up is my mindset. I didn't think poor. The problem that I see, and I don't care if you're in Africa, if you're in the Philippines, or if you're in Vietnam, you're in Thailand, you're in the United States, it does not matter. If you grow up with that mindset that you're poor and there's nothing that you can do and that you're blaming other people or other programs, racism, you're blaming all these different things. And I'm not saying that doesn't contribute to you being poor, all these excuses and stuff. But if that's how you grow up, your parents are like that, your grandparents are like that, you're going to grow up with that mindset that someone owes you, or you're walking around with an attitude all the time, because it's like, what was done to you? Oh, it's horrible, which I'm not trying to take that away, that things happen. But the way I look at it, and the way I look at it in life, I grew up with racism. I grew up with people calling me the N-word. I grew up with, being in a white area and people looking at me because they think I'm stealing something, and get that look. I grew up in all that. I'm not saying that it isn't there. It absolutely is there, especially, like I said, in the United States. But the problem I see is, I went to the mall yesterday, and again, I know you got to be very selective on who you give money to and everything else. And I thought I was sly trying to give some money to this little girl. Next thing I know, I pull out something and I am mobbed. And I've seen these videos. I've been in the Philippines. I've been different places where that happened. But it was the first time that I was so overwhelmed. People came out of nowhere, and one lady actually cut my wrist. I couldn't believe she, and again, these people are desperate. Most of them did not speak any English whatsoever, and the kids, in my mind, should have been in school. They should have been, been educated. But in a lot of places, when you grow up the way you grow up, it's that mindset. Those kids had the mindset that this is what they do. This is how they survive. Their parents don't know anything else. I don't blame the parents. I don't blame the grandparents. I don't blame the government. I'm not blaming the government for these issues. What it is, it's not about a blame thing. It's about what we have to do is we have to educate the young children to understand that it doesn't matter if they're growing up in poverty. It doesn't matter if they don't have the things that everybody else has. It does not matter if they don't eat the way everybody else eats. You got to survive. You got to do what you got to do to survive. But what you have to do as a child at a young age is you have to be giving a tool that will teach you, that will be part of your culture, be part of your breathing. When we breathe, we don't think about breathing. Breathe, when you breathe, you breathe. You do whatever, but you don't think, oh, I'm breathing, or my heart's beating. It just happens. When a child learns at a young age a language, they just learn the language. They get it. Because you get them at a young age. So if you teach your children to have a positive mindset, if you teach your children that being poor is just part of the process of taking you to that next level, okay, but when you're at the bottom, because I was at the bottom, family, the bottom, but when you're at the bottom, the only thing that you have left to do is go up. You can't go no farther. When you're homeless, you can't get no below that. We were evicted 3 times in my life. As a child, I remember every single time it happened like it was yesterday. I could start crying when I turn this video off right now, reliving how terrible it was for a little boy, because I was the oldest in my family, to see his stuff on the sidewalk. The police had put a notice on our door and told us to get out. It's a horrible feeling. Now, it's even more horrible feeling when you have no place to go or you're living on the streets. How many times have I been to many different places, Colombia, South America. I haven't been to Africa yet, but I'm coming to Africa. Southeast Asia, you name the country, where I see people sleeping outside with their children sleeping outside. Not just a drunk man or an addicted, someone on drugs or someone that has mental illness. These people are perfectly fine. They just have no place to live. They're living on the street and they have their children with them. And I want to help everybody. I want to pull out, money and just give it to everybody. But I know I can't help everybody. What I can do is this, and this is what I keep, you guys, I don't know if you guys heard about DPX, but this thing is called DPX. This is a thing that I have, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more, but my DPX plan, basically just, all it does, I'm not asking for any money, I'm not telling you guys that you gotta invest anything. I want people to follow what I follow, and what I did is that I had a dream, and dreams are goals. So I had a dream. I wrote down my dreams just like a business plan, like you do a business. I'm a businessman. So just like a businessman, I write down my dreams. I wrote those dreams down. And then I put a plan to achieve my dreams. Now, I did not know this as a young man, that this was something that I did to get me, like anytime I advanced in my life, this is what I did, is I wrote it down, I wrote a plan, and I executed it. DPX, minus the E, just an X, DPX. So think about this. You're growing up in the slums of Cambodia or India or whatever, and you have a mentor, a person that understands what DPX is, and they come to you as a child, 6-year-old child, says, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your dreams and your goals, whatever it is. You want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, an astronaut, whatever it is. I want you to write that down, and then I want you to put a plan together of how you're going to achieve it. If it means going to school, the education, just everything, and you work with them, and then you follow these kids until they become an adults, and you try to help them as a mentor, help them achieve their dreams, and give them that mindset that they don't have to be poor. You don't have to think poor. Maybe begging for money right now is your way of maintaining your life. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not going to criticize somebody for asking for subsistence, but you can't do it your whole life. That's the thing. You can't do it. It's not a good look. You're not going to advance yourself at a later age if that's what you do. You can't do that. You can't ask for handouts. I give a pass to the children, but as an adult, I don't. After you've been educated. Because once you know something, I say this all the time, can't use it for an excuse. You cannot use it for an excuse. I will not take excuses when people, when they've been educated on something. You can't use it for an excuse. Oh, my mama didn't hold me. Oh, I was an orphan. Oh, this girl cheated on me. Oh, this and that. That's bullshit. Once you understand that you have identified whatever the issue is, you can't use it for an excuse. You can use it for motivation, but not for an excuse. I will not accept that. I don't accept it. My children, my employees, my friends. My friends, no, don't come at me with some bullshit about some girl, some woman, what some woman did to me and this and that. I don't care. I've had everything happen to me, but that doesn't mean that I go out and take it out on somebody else or whatever it is. So what I'm saying, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I appreciate you guys following me as long as you guys have followed me, on this one. DPX, Dream Plan Execute. I want a global program, 195 countries. I want mentors all in every 195 countries that are going to help one person out, teach one person, one child, one adult who needs motivation. When I was at Tesla, I used to be an executive at Tesla. My team used to get stuck sometimes. Oh, we don't know, because our group was new to Tesla. No one had the environmental sustainability group. Nobody did that before at our company, when I started. And I would tell the guys, just remember what our mission is. Our mission in life is to reduce the amount of waste that's being produced here at Tesla and saving the planet. That's it. So that DPX that we wrote, it was very, very clear. It made it easy for our team to achieve the things that we achieved when I was at Tesla. It's the same thing in real life. And the thing about DPX, the thing about what we're talking about here, this ain't gonna happen overnight, family. They're all of a sudden, the poor people of the Philippines ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna change nothing in a week, a month, or 2 months. It might change one person, and you may or may not see that, but this is a generational thing. We have to do something. I'm tired of people saying, hey, there's nothing we can do, there's nothing we can do. That's bullshit. There is something that you can do. Care. Find a person and mentor that person. I'm mentoring schools. We're picking up schools here in the Philippines, down in Colombia, in Africa. That's what my plan is, okay? So I'm gonna wrap this up. Understand, being poor, I don't feel sorry for you. What I want you to do is motivate other individuals around you, people that you know, the people on the street, that let them know that all you gotta do is write your personal business plan and follow it and think about it every single day that you breathe. And you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be good. I'm telling you. I'm gonna talk more and more and more about DPX, but this is something I wanted to get out to to the family, to you guys are my family. That's how I look at you. I refer to you guys as my family. You're my family. I wanted to get this message out to you as soon as I can. And I'm going to keep following up and keep following up and keep following up. You're going to see a bunch of videos on DPX because I want to change the way that people think, that poor mentality. Okay, I want to change that. I want that to go away. I don't want that to be part of your DNA. I want positivity. I want you to, even though you're poor, you're out there hustling, you're doing what you have to do, that you got a game plan for your future. Because most people don't have a game plan. That's what their problem is. With everything, they don't have a plan. They get out of people graduate from college, don't have a plan. Start a job, don't have a plan. The people that are successful in life have a plan. All right, family. Let me get y'all fired up right now. Let me bring it down a little bit. That's how I do things, okay? I get fired up. This is my emotions, my passion, just everything. I do it 100% when it's something I truly, truly care about, all right? Family, please subscribe. Please share this message. It's a very, very important message, family. Please share it with the masses. I appreciate your support. I really do. Man, we're climbing up in subscribers right now, man, and I just love it. But just know, this is what you're going to get from Aaron Dante. All right, this is what you're going to get. So I appreciate your confidence in following me. Like this video, share it. Family, have a good day. And I'll see you when I see you.